Hello everyone, this is the Bevry Catch-Up session number 13. Joining us today is Michael Mooring.
Hey guys.
So, we, for our stand-up yesterday, released Cheney. That went really well. So it's actually out, you can now give it a go. I published the changes to Task Group and the other libraries. It's still got a bit of work. The plugins still need to be abstracted, and it could do with a really nice website to actually document it. But considering I'm doing a talk on it, probably on the 21st of May, I'll probably save the big documentation thing from there, because I do up a really nice presentation and record it, and then use that as like the intro video of the project. However, there is a really good idea for the website where we actually use Cheney to pull in the data live from the actual documents and do a bunch of cool nifty things, and then generate our website automatically. So that's going to be really interesting. And furthermore, there is an idea or there's an example of what it would look like to code like a static site generator with this. Which is going to be really nifty. Hold up, my computer's just slowed down. Alright, so if you go to the link in the Google document that's being posted right now, you'll be able to see what it looks like for a static site generator. Yeah, so it's really nifty.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Now I also went over some work offers a bit more, so there's some promising stuff there, but again, if you have work, definitely send it through. So over to you, Michael, for your stand-up.
So I was inspired by your squiggle link for the interconnect website idea, and I mean, yeah, that website layout, it's pretty standard. It's pretty catchy nowadays. You have the big 100% width sections with really clean feature demonstrations, or whatever it is, and but it just kind of reminded me, like, oh, we should probably do this for DocPad and for, like, for all the things. So it made sense to start to apply it to DocPad. So I got inspired to do a more flashy featured section on the docpad.org website. It's still a work in progress. The background image is of the default layout of the actual new -docport.org website. And it's kind of cool because you can see the echo in there for the pulling in the content. You can see the footer. It's snuck in there, made with love by the Bevry team. You can see some of the echo making up the menu. But one of the issues is that it just doesn't look. The colors are a little bit. The contrast is off a little bit. It's competing a little bit with the featured section there in the middle. But I don't know. What do you think of it, Ben? Be honest.
So I think the code behind the thing is a bit scary. That's probably a bit new, right? Because I saw that there was a big standout thing at the beginning, which I was like, oh, that's really nifty, because it instantly goes into what we are, which is good. I do like the styling of the "We are loved by people, shout out to all the fans, we love you too, what is DocPad?" So like I do like it a fair bit. For the styling, hold up, wait, let me just get up something.
Yeah, like I was saying, that code background, it isn't perfect yet, for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
It'd be cool if I could pull it off somehow though,
Because right now with yeah,
because I like how
because
it
right
has.
now probably go on Michael.
I was just saying it's cool how we can like, if I can pull it off, it'll be cool because you can see the echo, you can see some of the code, but we'll see. It might not make the final cut. But go.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think like currently the current homepage probably the colors or at least the contrast between the colors as well as the layout is probably still better than this one. Um, so it's kind of just like I guess my question then would be um, we are loved by the people. What is DocPad? Um, for me, it seems what would be, I guess, a good thing to do would just be like to maybe just not worry about what the copy maybe says, and then just see like how quickly we can get it looking like that sketch that was done. Um, because and then once we got it like the sketch, then we can just pull in the external data into it, and then we can be like, okay, so that sketch probably didn't actually work that well. Because right now with the existing thing, like you get the DocPad support area, and you can see, oh, DocPad supported by a bunch of people. Okay, open source, community driven, so that's cool. Um, but then like with the new sketch, right, it's kind of like it takes all these things and it's just like, okay, these are the sell points and it conveys the information quite well. When currently what is conveyed is, okay, we know what DocPad is and we know it's loved by people. Um, but that's kind of it. So it's like, how can we get this to convey the extra information? I think getting it to look like that sketch would probably be there. What are your thoughts, Michael?
Yeah, yeah. So a little disclaimer is I need to spend more time on it. It's
Yeah.
not done yet. And I'm working kind of top down on it, so it's the bottom areas have some places from your sketch that I'm going to bring in there, but we need to decide on, because like for the architecture thing on your sketch, um, I need to know
Yeah.
what is that content exactly, um, and I was gonna say, oh yeah, and then it does follow the sketch except for the very top where the Twitter was like right alongside the um, the DocPad list of cool things about DocPad. Um,
Yeah.
and that was, I guess, just a proposal on my behalf, just because, just to make that featured splash area a little cleaner. And again, I'll defer slash refer to all other similar websites. It's just nice to have that, that landing where you just, you have that one little concentrated piece of content. So that's just my proposal, I guess. So that was the only change that I did to the sketch. The rest of it is designed to follow the sketch.
Yeah.
And then well, yeah. Do you have any things for that? Otherwise, I wanted to get the vectors from the old docpad.org, if they are vectors, in like Illustrator format or whatever, and
Yeah.
I can then animate those and maybe breathe some new life into them. Um,
Yeah. So so the vectors and stuff will be in the Bevry designs repository, and definitely like I know you've only had limited time. I've actually gone into that issue, and it seems like that my sketch is no longer there. Um,
uh, let me see.
oh my gosh, they've made Dropler payment only. Isn't that ridiculously dodgy? All right, I need to send an angry tweet to them. All right. 'Cause I need to get all my stuff out of there. All right. How much is it?
Wait,
$5 a month.
is it actually GitHub that's charging to for this?
No, so like the sketch is hosted on an application called Dropler, but like they had a change of direction recently, so now they're only a paid service. But like I stopped using them because then Dropbox came out with their screenshot functionality, so I need to just like go in and just like download all of my Droplet stuff and get it out of there. Um, so that sucks. All right, so no one. Well, that also explains maybe a few things. So I'll add that to my to-dos today. Then get the sketch out of Dropler somehow. Alrighty. Um, so they're at Bevry slash designs. Um, now you really like these little colored things, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, I make them a lighter color just not to like it's easier to read that way, I think. You know, you read the big bullet first and then if you really
Yeah.
want to you can read the small little things.
I just hate it though, like it continues to color like on new lines and things like that, and it even changes the color of like the dot point. And it's just
Yeah.
like, ah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
probably,
like make like a new line sometimes and it keeps that style.
yeah.
But
All right, I heard back. Oh, you heard back from my planet.
yeah, Ishar emailed me back and I linked him to the actual part in the video where we discussed Stockport,
Yeah,
and it made it sound a little bit, I think, too much like I was asking for an investment from my planet.
yeah,
So Ishar had emailed back saying my planet's, you know, not investing in Stockport, or I mean, in anything like that at the moment. Um, but yeah, so I might have missed the mark a little bit with what I was trying to
yeah.
convey. But
But yeah, I think for him, investment is also just like in resources as well. Because I know like for their company, they are pretty tight on resources just because they have so much volume of traffic to go through. Um, so I think like for myself and like my relationship with Yashara and things like that, like it's a really good relationship. And like I got CC'd on that email, so I think it's more that like they've had to drop their contributions to DocPad due to like just personal like not personal reasons like just reasons within their own company which I'm aware of, um, just because they have to put their attention elsewhere at this stage due to the sheer volume of work that they've received.
cool. Yeah, growing pains are a good thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, heard back. All right, I got my vectors. One thing. Well, no. We shouldn't discuss this in the thing. Actually, I was gonna bring up the design again, because I like my gradients in my lighter color style, uh, in my iteration. But of course, I'm gonna like my design. So, I feel like I
Yeah.
should defend it. But we'll do that outside of the hangout. So,
Yeah. Well, that's
uh,
something that like I think if we can just get like the structure, like communicate the copy, like the things that we need to do, and then like the design can get fiddled with because at the end of the day, the most important thing is the copy, like what it is we're trying to communicate, and then the design is like the skin, like a human. What matters is what's inside.
true. All right. I'm trying to think. I feel like I had more things like going on, but
It's only been a day, Michael. It's only been a day.
yeah. Well, the hackathon's approaching us, so that's coming up. So everyone get ready. Oh, and we're gonna start posting the links to the hangout on IRC. I did that tonight.
Yeah.
Uh, and me and Ben were talking about setting up a. Oh, Ben was talking about setting up a bot that does it so that we don't have to worry about it. Um, so
Yeah. All right, cool. I guess we can probably. Do you have any shout outs, Michael?
yeah, bracket brackets.io for sure. It's like at first I thought like, okay, I'm gonna use brackets, and it's like it's open source thing. It's sponsored by Adobe, and it's gonna be an all right experience because it's like the free version or whatever. But actually, brackets is like rocking out like pretty strong. It doesn't have a lot of the things that you might get used to with Sublime Text, where you do your Shift P or whatever it is, Shift Control P, and you get into that menu where you can start executing crazy commands and become a like a IDE wizard all of a sudden out of thin air. But it does have really cool stuff for front end people. And the plugins, it has a plugin system, and you can add functionality to it like in a couple clicks. And what really wowed me about it last night was I was like, dang it, I don't have echo syntax highlighting, and I want it because I want to take this picture of some of my code so that I can put it into the new docpad.org iteration. And so all I did was I searched in the plugin directory right there in the application, and there was someone that did it. I just clicked install. I didn't even have to restart the application, and I had echo syntax highlighting, which was the most frictionless experience that I've ever had for adding, echo highlighting before. So I was just like amazed by that. And it's the other really important thing to note is that it's entirely open source on GitHub. Like I'll link it once I stop ranting. But it's also 100% in HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So like I can go in and like edit like my syntax highlighting if I want to, or whatever it is, and it's I just click save, and like the change like just renders. Um, so it's really cool. Eventually, I imagine we're going to start seeing it as an embedded browser. I mean, embedded code editor, since it is HTML and CSS and JavaScript. Um, and so yeah, I say people check it out now while it's not the hip thing yet. Well, it actually was the hip thing though at Hack PSU. I was kind of surprised. All the students there were using it, and I was kind of like, who taught you guys to use this? Because no one uses this. Well, I mean, people I guess are starting to use it, but um, yeah, it's cool stuff. Check it out for sure.
When they came out, and I was just like, wow, this seems really nifty. And then I saw like the peek feature, so you can peek into like a thing and find out like the CSS inside of it. And I'm just like, how is this going to work with pre-processors? This is crazy. Um, so like, I think I used it in the early days, and then like maybe its instability in those early days put me off. But I know that it's made heaps of strides recently, and I know one of the guys on their actual team uses DocPad quite heavily, which is quite cool to know. How do you count, like, if someone says, well, why not use Atom then? Because now Atom is completely open source as well by GitHub. Why use Atom over brackets, or why use brackets over Atom?
So yeah, I've heard people talking about Atom. It's another one of the hotnesses going
Yeah.
around. That's just like a terminal editor, right? Or see, I don't even know what it is at all. Or is it like a IDE-ish kind of a thing?
So it's Sublime Text coded with Node and JavaScript instead.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Huh.
But it's really new. Like it only came out like a month ago, and only like I think this week they actually made it available to everybody. Um, so and only this week they actually open sourced it completely. Before they had some things that weren't open source. Um, so it's completely open source, and it's just like Sublime Text, but coded just with common JS style. And it's coded in CoffeeScript. It actually makes use of CSON. So they don't actually use Bevry CSON. They use like their own little thing. But it's really cool to see, hey, look, that idea has been adopted by other people. So I tried it, but it's slow. That's my issue with it. It's just really slow. So I had to go back to Sublime Text. But hopefully, like in 6 months or so, they'll fix that.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I've been hearing about it, but I haven't actually tried it yet. So,
Yeah, cool. Alrighty. I guess then I don't have any shoutouts. Probably just the Adam one, which I just did, maybe. But yeah, I guess we can just leave it there then.
all right, guys, get ready for the hackathon. Please sign up on the Google Plus Bevry community if you're watching this, and
Yeah.
we're gonna rock out all weekend in code stuff. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome. And this is our first one, so it's it might be a little more sketchy, but we're just gonna like keep doing them and get really good at them, and then they're gonna become like a movement. So get
Cool.
ready to hack alongside us.
All
And
right, sweet.
yep,
All right, so thanks everybody. See you at the hackathon and tomorrow's hangout.
yep. Peace.